Hi, welcome to Impressions Exchange. I'm Mark Michelson, editor chief of Printing Impressions. I'm honored to have with me today Lance Martin, who's a VP of Marketing for Komori America and MBO America.
Right. Thank you.
So, welcome, Lance.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
So, what I'd like to talk to you about today is there's a drive for automation, obviously, in our industry, really in finishing, press, all parts of the industry. But we've got this huge people problem. And printers are really struggling to find labor.
Yeah.
What are you seeing out there in the market?
Yeah, the word automation has actually gotten a little bit more broad than the old term of just putting like motors on features and functions, right? Automation is all about taking steps out of the process so that you can reduce the machinery and the labor pool, the floor space. It goes way beyond the old definition of just making a machine push button. That's not what it's all about. So we've really tried to advance our product portfolio to do that, and now it's going down channels in certain areas. Every product has its own little automation type portfolio, if you will.
Right. Well, I know MBO is much more than folders, although really that's
That's
company's
the core
claim to fame.
That's the core business. Yeah.
But you've got a lot of new products coming out in that area, and you're seeing a lot of interest because people need higher speeds, less labor.
Yeah. Automation has been totally renewed in its interest, and it's not just because it makes maybe it's better return on investment for your dollar or something. It's now not just a request, it's a must-have. The labor situation today has really caused that. We just interviewed our most recent customer with a fully automated folding system, and that was basically the statement when we talked to her was, you've got to get me a machine that removes the 3 or 4 or 5 people in my process and get it down to 1. And that was really the target of the project. So it's just become a need. We've responded to that need. MBO has got systems that are fully automated, and they literally can take the product off the press. And now with the new presses being UV and LED UV, they're ready for finishing immediately. They take the product in. The folders are all completely set up automated with push button and screen interfaces. And then the machine itself it's monitoring the folds, it's monitoring the sheet count, it's monitoring the quality of the folds too. It's literally got camera systems measuring them in all 3 directions, making sure they're right. If they're good, they pass. If they're not good, they come out of the stream. And then on the back end, it's all robotic palletizing and such. So that whole process is, now you're talking less than 1 person per machine. It's like one person running 2 machines sitting side by side. So you can go into a plant and talk about, especially a signature type plant, you can go in there and talk about taking out 4 or 5 folders and putting in 1 or 2, and everything comes off of that one cell.
Right. Well, Komori and MBO are united now, and
Yes.
you're also involved with Komori America.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same things happening on the sheet fed offset press side.
Absolutely. Yeah, actually it started even earlier. The press and the print is always the sexy side of our business, right? That's what everybody loves, is the colors and the touch and the tactile feel. And that automating process in the press business started years ago. And Komori, had already had automated presses out, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Now it's gone, they have the advanced systems, and they really started to look at all the details of handling all different types of paper, even the light stocks. And then on top of that, it's many of the presses are LED and UV cured inks that allow finishing to be instantaneous rather than have work in process. And you're talking presses now that make ready. You hang plates in 4 minutes. You're on color in under 10 minutes, and you're budgeting 50 copy make readies, and you're saleable in 100 sheets or less. And many of them are doing less. And now Now the folding and the finishing departments are catching up, and that's what we're seeing right now. They've gotten it down to where printing is one person for an entire volume of print, and pushed the bubble down into the finishing group. Now the finishing guys are catching up now, and that's what we see right now.
You know, but aside from sheet fed, I mean, MBO is a major player in the roll fed market.
Yeah, right. Yeah, our roll fed business has been building over the years, and now it's maybe up to 65-70% of our business last year. And we've taken a very different approach. It's a modular approach, and that helps us in a couple of ways. The commercial print market is not built on doing one thing all the time. You know, commercial printers don't know necessarily what's coming in the door the next day, so they have to be very flexible, and that's what those lines are built around, is flexibility. That modular capability allows them to take equipment from all of our subdivisions and our partners and our older equipment, and plug them still into those lines. And you get the front part of the line with the sheeters and the unwinders. Those are still very automated. You know, one or two button pushes and they're all set up. And then on the back end, you can configure that to do pretty much any finishing project you need. Key is it's automated in one step, and that's that further definition of automation. It takes the labor out of it. You know, the old finishing model was taking it step by step by step through different machines, through the bindery and through the finishing department. You just can't do that anymore. You know, it's not possible in our digital fast-paced world to take print that's in one step and then take it 4 steps through the bindery and take 2 weeks to do it. You know, that business model won't fly. And that's really a big deal right now in the digital side of our business.
Right. And you're going to be demonstrating automation at the Printing United exposition this October in Las Vegas, really showing Komori and MBO kind of working together.
Yeah, we're really happy about that. We're putting a booth together with Komori and MBO, and we're branding it that way. You know, we never want to get rid of the MBO trade name. You know, it's got a great following. Yeah. It's still an entity. And Komori, of course, is a great brand name, and they're masters at building great printing presses. And we're going to actually show in our booth a full roll fed line doing a self mailer, and we're going to prove out that thing I was telling you about doing multiple steps. It's going to have about 6 steps in it to cut, fold, slit. We're going to tip cards on, close it, and fugitive glue it together for a self mailer, and we're going to do that in conjunction with Canon. And then we're going to show our autonomous finishing line that I was describing a little earlier. It's that fully functional machine that it just takes over and runs itself, and it does the quality check and stops in between jobs and prompts the operator to do what functions he needs, and then it runs on its own. So we'll have our autonomous production system there too, and we're going to be showing our coder for web finishing, which will give that tactile feel we need. So we're excited about showing all that, and then having the Komori and MBO branded together. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, great. Well, you know, Lance, thank you so much for your time today, as always.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to tell everybody. That's great.
To all our viewers, thank you so much for watching Impressions Exchange. We'll see you next time.